Davis Webb going off on crutches just a moment ago after leaving the game on his last offensive play, and Patrick Mahomes will get set to come in at quarterback. Fox College Football is presented by Geico back here in Fort Worth, where TCU has exploded after a bit of a rocky start. Webb leaving the game. Hate to see that for Texas Tech.
Well, could anything else go wrong for Texas Tech today? I mean, this game has been, it's been a very good game, a very clean game played by TCU. But gosh, Texas Tech has shot themselves in the foot and been the victim of some injuries today that have really compounded things.
Well, they put Batson in a spot to take a fair catch after a linebacker failed in that spot. Let's check in on some injuries with Chris Budd.
Well, let's start first with Texas Tech. Davis Webb has gone to the locker room, as you guys just saw. He's going to have x-rays done on that left foot ankle area. I'll get you an update on that as soon as I can. Also, Josh Doxson for TCU already in the locker room. He was dealing with a right ankle injury. No word on TCU on the severity of it. As soon as I get updates on both players, I'll have them for you.
Thank you, Chris. In the meantime, Patrick Mahomes, true freshman from White House, Texas, into the game to replace Webb. Third game that he's seen time in this year. They'll bring pressure and drill the draw. Dawson pile driving Washington.
Joe Paul Dawson, a former high school wide receiver, leads the team in tackles for loss. He's second in sacks, and this is why. He just has football instincts, and when you combine the athleticism of a high school wide receiver with a little bit of size and some experience on defense, you got a pretty dangerous player.
Mahomes took the snap, darted straight forward. Got a few yards. He's one of the top 10 tacklers in the country, Paul Dawson is. You mentioned he was a high school wide receiver. He didn't even play defense in high school. Went to JUCO. They moved him to linebacker, played 1 year of the position before coming to TCU, and he's turned into one of the top linebackers in this conference. They're down at 11. Mahomes' first throw is a duck. Dawson covering Marquez, and Texas Tech will punt. You know, as a testament to how much Texas Tech has shot itself in the foot, they're down 34 and are now punting for the second time. That's it for TCU. Cliff Kingsbury, who started his head coaching career flying colors last year. Remember, Texas Tech got off to a 7-0 start, then lost 5 in a row before winning the Holiday Bowl, and he was having about as much fun as Doug Meacham is having right now during that 7-0 start, but it's been downhill since. Meacham, not usually that carefree and showing that much personality. Low snap picked up by Mahomes, and Washington cut down by Dawson after 3 or 4. Let's go back to that discussion about TCU in the playoff picture and whether or not what Gary Patterson is doing here, scoring 61 points, is okay. I know you said you think that if they run the table, they get in. But can you blame Patterson for not wanting to take the chance, wanting to do everything he can to make sure that they're noticed?
No, not at all, especially considering the position they were in to start the season. The teams that you're talking about in the Big 12 were Oklahoma and Baylor. Now, after beating Oklahoma and losing a close one to Baylor, TCU has put themselves in a position to win this Big 12 after people thought they had no business being here.
Sam Carter drills Bradley Marquez, who again suffered bruised ribs last week.
Well, I want to go back to the schedule that TCU is playing. They beat Oklahoma when they were number 4 in the country. They lost a close one to Baylor when they were number 5. They beat a ranked Oklahoma State team last week, who was number 15 at the time they played them. West Virginia is number 20 in the country. Kansas State is coming up at number 11. If they run this schedule, this is as good as any schedule in the country, including those teams in the SEC West.
Play clock winding down, and we'll take a timeout.
Timeout, Texas Tech.
TCU also handled Minnesota here. Now, Minnesota suffered its second loss of the season today to Illinois, so that win doesn't look quite as good. But plenty of opportunities still left.
5 ranked teams in 6 weeks. And not just ranked teams. Oklahoma and Baylor were considered by many, and Baylor still by some to be one of the top 10 teams in the country. I mean, don't forget 3 weeks ago people were talking about Oklahoma as the best team in college football. Then TCU goes and knocks them off. Plays a classic game against Baylor the following week, comes back with a big win against Oklahoma State. What Gary Patterson is doing here at TCU is building a resume for the end of this season, and frankly, maybe for this week when the first votes come out for the college football playoffs.
What's happened to Oklahoma?
Is it the top 10 jinx?
I mean, I don't know.
Every time Oklahoma starts in the top 10,
yeah,
they seem to end up the season with a couple losses. When they're looked at as kind of an outsider, those are the years that they come up big.
They still got to play Baylor November 8th. They're down and 1. Only 4 in the box for TCU. Mahomes a good runner and ran into that box, which was light, but TCU fighting right through those blocks. Chucky Hunter drops him at the line of scrimmage. 4th down. Oh, no, they gave him enough. They did convert. Needed only a yard and fell forward to get it. Mahomes throws on the move and caught by DJ Polite-Bray with the pressure from Josh Caraway on Patrick Mahomes.
Well, Joe, Patrick Mahomes moved right into the pressure of Josh Caraway, sliding to his right, takes a shot as he delivers the ball. Would you call that a welcome to the Big 12?
And the pass was rolled incomplete. So 2nd and 10. Kenny Williams, nice spin move. Strong running across the 45. It's an interesting case. Kenny Williams was their leading rusher last year, but moved the defense to start this season as the starting Raider, safety linebacker hybrid. Got beat out in that spot, has moved back to offense full time now. There's Mahomes for another 1st down to the 42. One of the best athletes on the team, though, Williams, has just kind of gotten lost in the shuffle back and forth between offense and defense.
Well, yeah, not just their leading rusher last year, but a guy who's got over 1,400 yards and 15 touchdowns in his career, also has 300 yards receiving. I mean, this guy is just an athlete that they can't find a spot for him.
Had the first touchdown today on the 4th play, 52-yard reception out of the backfield. Leaves the game for this 1st down play. DeAndre Washington back in. And into the teeth of that defense, bounce into the outside. Eric Kindred with the tackle after 7 yards. Did Texas Tech get away from the run too early today?
Looking back on it, yes.
Yeah.
You know, I looked at the stats at halftime and was surprised to see that Washington only had 8 carries, especially considering the way he had run the ball the last couple weeks, carrying the ball 26, 27 times a game.
Play action for Mahomes, and Marquez comes free. Tackled by Mallet down to the 20. Now, that being said, they were having success throwing it.
Yeah, but Texas Tech always has success throwing it. And what really has helped them the last couple weeks is the balance, is the ability to sustain drives and keep their defense off the field. This is a defense that is thin. They do not have much depth. And we saw today, we saw against West Virginia a couple weeks ago, when they have to play too much, eventually they break.
That defense is on the field a ton. Has been on the field a ton. I mean, we still got a quarter, 4 minutes. Still got 20 minutes to play in this game. The Texas Tech defense has been on the field for 62 plays. Second down, they motion Quentin White out. Mahomes throwing one to the sideline for his fellow freshman Ian Sadler, who sets up 1st down and goal.
Joe, nice job by the freshman Patrick Mahomes sitting in there and throwing a nice ball to the outside of the field. You'll see Sadler here at the slot position, runs up, Runs was called an out route to the sideline. What I like about the ball is it's high into the outside and doesn't allow the defender to make a play on it.
Mahomes pulls it and gets popped. For Anthony Tejada and Chris Hackett combined. 2nd and goal.
Joe, this is a great opportunity for Patrick Mahomes to get some game experience. Learn how to make decisions. Learn how quickly things go, because doing it in practice is different than doing it in a game against a Gary Patterson defense. Great opportunity to learn and put something in the bank.
Throws the fade for Davis, nowhere close. 3rd down. Mahomes will play baseball for the Red Raiders as well. Tim Tadlock taking Texas Tech to the College World Series last year. First time in program history. Mahomes was a Tigers draft pick. His dad played in the bigs. Talented athlete, good pedigree. Play clock inside of 10. On 3rd and goal for Texas Tech. Mahomes to throw. Scrambling, keeping his eyes in the end zone, and will flip one in for Cantrell. It's Cantrell's first touchdown of the season, and you see what Mahomes brings to the table.
Yeah, his ability to escape, his ability to create outside the pocket. To a lesser extent, it's what Trevon Boykin has been able to do this season. But watch, once he gets outside, what he essentially does is run an option play, forces the defender to commit. Creates a one-on-one situation where you either take the receiver or you take me. Defender chose to take the quarterback. He dumped it over the top. Nice read.
Extra point is good. 61-27 now as the freshman Mahomes orchestrates the touchdown drive. His 2nd touchdown throw is the first touchdown catch of the season for Dylan Cantrell.
All right, next on Fox, it's Game 4 of the World Series. Is Brandon Crawford and the Giants try and even the series to 2 games apiece? Or will the Royals move within a game of their first World Series title in 29 years? Coverage begins next on Fox. Joey should be good.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Greg. And that's Matt Carpenter right there in that suite. The St. Louis Cardinals star who played his college baseball here at TCU and lives not too far from campus here in the offseason. Andre Washington gets a couple of yards on 1st down. Paul Dawson with the tackle. TCU, actually both these schools went to the College World Series this year. First trip for Texas Tech. It was the 2nd all-time for TCU. Mahomes, who's played a little baseball himself, on 2nd down, hands to Washington again, who gets tackled by Dawson again. Good to see Davis Webb back on the sideline, although on crutches. Told that it's an ankle injury. That's the extent of what we know at this point. Here's Mahomes feeling the pressure and stepping out, taking a shot downfield. Sam Carter picks him off. 11th career interception for Carter. And flags flying all over the place on the far side of the field. So I think somebody's going to get thrown out of the game. 68-27. TCU a point short of a school record. 2 points short of becoming the 8th team to hit 70 in an FBS game this year. Here's Justin Stockton, the freshman, running across the 10 and tackled from behind by Davion Pearson. Stockton, a highly touted recruit, more than 6,000 yards in his high school career. Averaging more than 9 yards per carry this year. Has only carried it now 33 times on the season. DeAndre Washington getting the bulk of the load in the running game. 2 freshmen in the backfield right now with Mahomes in the game for the injured Davis Webb. Mahomes takes his eyes down and then goes down. Dawson got it. 3rd down. Dawson is starting to draw a ton of NFL interest. Here in his senior season, the Dallas Skyline High product. He's only been playing linebacker for a few seasons. On 3rd and 10, Mahomes to throw. Under pressure, will spike the screen to the feet of Quentin White. And Texas Tech will punt. Josh Carraway with the pressure. Some good reps here for Patrick Mahomes to learn against one of the conference's top defenses.
Well, yeah, if you're going to pick a team to learn against, it's going to be Gary Patterson's defense. I mean, he does some pretty, I won't call them outlandish things, but he and Coach Todd Graham at Arizona State, very similar in their defensive philosophies. A lot of things put on the defensive plate, and he expects his players to learn how to execute it correctly.
Punt drops and is downed at the 48-yard line.
Why stop there, right?
Right, yeah, we could keep going.
Dolphins, Saints. Not Drew Brees' Saints, right?
No.
You always got to go with the backup quarterbacks, yeah.
When I think Saints, I think Joey Harrington. I don't know about you. You only Cantrell, the intended receiver.
I held a mean clipboard, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Long day for Cliff Kingsbury. Long season for Cliff Kingsbury, who signed a contract right before the season started for a total of $23 million that has him extended through 2020. When he took over the program prior to last season, he had a total of 5 years of coaching experience, period. Not head coaching experience. Didn't have any of that. 5 years as a coach, period, when he took over, and then 1 year later signed that extension through 2020.
It was an aggressive move by Texas Tech, which, frankly, I don't necessarily disagree with. I mean, let's look at this in the context of things. Yes, they're getting beat bad today. They have made a lot of mistakes this season that are very easily correctable. He started 7-0 last year. He has the knowledge, he has the experience, playing experience, that is, the Texas Tech experience. You know, the guy's a legend in Lubbock. He can recruit to that city. He can recruit to that program because he has a personal vested interest. And those are the types of coaches that you want to lead your program. I don't fault Texas Tech at all for extending him, for extending the contract and saying, you know what, Cliff's going to be the guy for our future. I like the decision.
He's made Texas Tech cool.
Yeah, long time ago, Joe.
Minute 16 left. And it's Patrick Mahomes again. There have been people with Davis Webb struggling how he has over the first 2 months of this season, calling for Patrick Mahomes to move into the starting job. And while Mahomes is a talented guy, it's going to have a good future. That's probably not totally fair to Davis Webb.
No, I completely agree with that. I mean, this is a culmination of a lot of people making mistakes. I mean, yes, Davis Webb has thrown quite a few interceptions this year. However, that stat line never tells the whole story, especially today. Mistakes in the kicking game, penalties. The penalties put you behind the chains. As a quarterback, you feel like you have to press and get it all back, you know, especially as a young quarterback. So I would tend to look at the good things that Davis Webb has done, like being fourth in the country in touchdown passes, and say, all right, now you've got 2 years under your belt. You got a great head coach who's been there and done that. It's time to learn from those mistakes and start correcting them.
Meanwhile, Gary Patterson's team will move to 6-1. No doubt be in the discussion for the college football playoff. They can take care of business down the stretch. We'll have as good a case as any one-loss team to get into the inaugural playoff. And boy, what a scene that would be. Not too far from here, about a 20-mile drive to Jerry's World. 785 yards, a school record. 83 points, or 82 points allowed by Texas Tech. On the other side of this break, it is Game 4 of the World Series. That does it from Fort Worth.